guys, Amanda here, and in this video I will be recapping week 2, episode 4 of Bachelor in Paradise, season 6. So let's get to it. It's morning time and everybody's just doing their own thing, and John Paul Jones is just sleeping in the pool. He's just sleeping. Derek and Demi seem like they're doing pretty well. Derek is even smelling her armpits. Demi is conflicted about her feelings for Derek. Derek really likes Demi, but she's really hot and cold with him, and so he's just trying to figure out what's going on with her. Demi and Katie are talking. Demi tells Katie about the woman she's been seeing. She's just really afraid about what people will think of her. She's been putting up this shield, this persona, to protect herself, and she's getting tired of it. She really wants to be the real her. You be you, Demi. Be yourself, and love is love. Then we go back to Dylan, Hannah, Blake, blah, blah, blah. And Blake is all in on Hannah, and so is Dylan. So apparently, a week before Paradise, Blake flew to Alabama to see Hannah. They went to a bar or somewhere. They were talking, and then they kissed, and then she went home. And everybody is upset. Everyone, especially Dylan, and also Tayshia. She hates that she's been dragged into all of this drama with Blake. She wishes that Hannah would have told her, especially because they went through the same thing with Colton, and so they have this shared experience that no one else does. I just really want Blake to go home. Now we have our next entrance. It is Dean, Deanie baby, whatever you want to call him. He's got longer hair. He has this mustache, which I don't like, but I guess it's working for some of these girls here on this beach. Now he lives in a van, and he's traveling the world. He takes a few of the girls aside to speak to them, and they're all really excited about it. While he's doing this, Christina is at the bar talking to Wills about the whole situation with her and Blake and Kaylin at Stagecoach. She's kind of bad-mouthing Kaylin, but it's really awkward because Kaylin is like right behind her. I don't know, it just seems really staged, because I feel like if she was going to talk about her, she would look around to make sure she wasn't there, but she was like right there. Like, here's Wills, here's Christina, here's Kaylin. Like, there's just backs are facing each other. It was just really weird, and I don't understand it. So right after this, then Kaylin's really upset and she's crying, and then that's when Dean pulls her aside, and she is just like, what? No. He's like, you don't want to talk to me? She's like, no, I want to talk to you, but not right now, because I'm really upset and crying. And he's like, well, I want to make you feel better, so I'm going to take you on this date, and I'm going to turn that frown upside down. She's like, all right, I'll go on this date with you. Mike is shocked that she's going on this date, came out of nowhere to him, and Cam, he's just shut his brain off. Sorry, Cam. Dean and Kaylin are on their date, and they're at this place, and they're overlooking the water, and it's really nice. It's nighttime. She talks about the Blake situation, and, Dean looks like a saint compared to him. It's true. Dean realized he was a mess on Bachelor in Paradise with the Christina D-Lo situation. Kaylin says she's intrigued by his lifestyle. Dean says, he wants someone to be his travel buddy, someone to travel with. And Kaylin says she likes traveling. Then they get into the pool. They're supposed to jump in together, but he stays back as she jumps in, and, they're being a little playful. He eventually gets in, and they kiss. So, Derek is really confused by Demi. She really likes him sometimes, and then she's kind of like, no, I don't really like you sometimes. It's very off and on. Demi tells Tayshia about the situation with the woman that she used to date at home, and she wants to tell Derek and be honest, but she's afraid that he's going to turn her away. And Tayshia just says, you know what, I think you should be honest with him and see what he says. and if he's as good as we think he is, then he'll be really supportive. So now it's the next morning, and let me just tell you, Demi and Jordan, I want them to have their own show. They have such good rapport with each other. They're just sitting there on the couch watching people cross the beach. Some of them they say hi to, some they don't. They are hilarious. Two of the girls are just running down at the beach. They're like, what is this, a Forever 21 commercial? I don't know. It's not funny when I say it, but it's really funny when they say it. So if there's anything that you need to actually find in this episode, find Demi and Jordan commentary on other people on the beach. The things with Nicole and Clay, they're going well. They're progressing as a couple. Then enter Christian. And I guess he and Jordan had drama on the Men Tell All from Becca's season, the Nicole season, which is like, oh my gosh, she's so attractive. He grabs Nicole and he asks her on the date. He doesn't talk to any other woman. He knows what he wants and he goes for it. And she says, yeah, sure. They leave for their date, and Clay is worried. Everyone is worried too, because they can see that there's a little connection between her and Christian. He wasn't that worried about Jordan when she went on a date with Jordan, but he's definitely worried about the date she's going on with Christian, because he really likes her and he wants things to work out between them. So Nicole and Christian are on their date, and they're on these jet skis. Nicole, as I said before, she likes him. She wants to see what more there is to him besides the suave, jokester, confident guy, which she likes those aspects about him. He reminds her of someone she used to date back home. After the jet skis, they lay down on the beach, start talking, and I think something that also helps her attraction to him is that they both speak Spanish. Poppy is getting her hot, ay ay ay. They come back from their date. Christian tells Jordan, hey, you're right about Nicole. And Nicole tells the girls about her date. She says she really likes Clay, but he's too passive. She needs someone that's more assertive. Nicole feels like the Bachelorette, which is kind of true, you know? She goes, I think she's been on the most one-on-ones so far. You know, she went with Clay, and then Jordan, and now Christian. Who knows who's gonna ask her next? Maybe Demi? Clay pulls Nicole aside to speak, and she tells him, you know, she wants someone more aggressive. She wants to see more fire in him. As they're speaking, Christian goes and he's like, yeah, I want to talk to you. I want to finish our date. But the date was over when you got back to the island, or back to paradise. So talk to her later. Let her speak to Clay, dude. But she probably kind of liked that a little bit because he was being assertive and went for what he wanted. The next morning, the guys are working out and the girls are enjoying the view. Oh yeah. Katie is easing Derek's worries about Demi without telling him about what's going on with her. It's the rose ceremony, and there are 13 guys, 9 ladies, so that means 4 guys will be going home. There are 2 definite people that will be getting roses that people can see. So Demi will be giving her rose to Derek for sure, and Katie will be giving her rose to Chris B. And all the other roses are kind of up in the air. We'll see who the ladies choose. Demi decides to talk to Derek about the woman that she's been seeing back home. So she tells him, I'm sorry, I've been kind of in my head a lot. There's this woman I've been seeing back home, and I really like her, but I also really like you, and I just kind of want to see where things go with you. Derek is really supportive. He says, hey, I'm fine taking this slow. I just want you to be honest with me 100% of the time. I love that Derek was so great about it, so open-minded. He's like, hey, you know, I don't really like hearing this, but I still really like you, and I just still want to pursue you. We get to Onyeka, and no one has made her feel special, and she has this rose, so these guys better, you know, start talking to her. Kaylin's asking Dean, like, hey, where you shower? And he's like, yeah, you know, I shower at friends' places or wherever I can find some water. Mike pulls Sydney aside. They have this little ice cream sundae. She tells him, I really want to take this seriously. I just want to just talk to other guys. Like, I don't want to jump into anything right now. I just want to take this slow and seriously. Mike really likes her character. John Paul Jones has been memorizing some Romeo and Juliet for Tayshia because he really likes her. And Tayshia is really intrigued by him. She's a cougar, but that's nothing new. John Paul Jones, so cute. John Paul Jones pulls Tayshia aside and he recites this Romeo monologue to Tayshia. You know, he stumbles a bit, but he gets through it. Then they have a little kiss, and this was just out of the blue for me, but I'm kind of down for it. Yeah. And she's very surprised by him as well. You know, she's like, guys that usually look like him and speak like him are not intelligent like him. And, you know, they're just excited to see where things go from here. Nicole was expecting to have a fun night, but she's not. She's conflicted about Clay and Christian and even Jordan a little bit. Christian has set up this piñata and some chocolate-covered strawberries, and he pulls Nicole aside to talk to her. And then on the other side of the beach, there's Clay and Jordan and a few other people, and they're kind of pumping up Clay, being like, hey, Clay, like, you should go talk to her. You know, she told you she wants you to be more assertive, so go do it. Show her that side of yourself. So he goes, he's like, hey, this is cool setup, but I really want to talk to Nicole. Christian's like, well, this is my time with her. You can talk with her afterwards. And Nicole's like, kind of awkward. So Clay, he doesn't want to make Nicole feel uncomfortable, so he leaves and he says, all right, you do your thing, and I'll come find you later. And then he comes back and everyone's like, what are you doing? Why did you come back? So, and then he explains, I don't want to create a bad situation for Nicole. And then Jordan's just really upset. So I guess Jordan has taken himself out of the equation and he's all on Team Clay. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take this piñata off. Clay's like, no, don't do it, don't do it. I didn't tell you to do it. He's like, well, I'm gonna do it. So he goes, he's like, hey, I'm gonna take this piñata off. And Christian's like, no, no, no. Then they start this big fight and we have it to be continued. This is what I think. Jordan really wants Clay to be with Nicole because he realizes that he doesn't have a chance and he doesn't like Christian. So he wants Clay to have her. So he decides, hey, I'm gonna be eliminated tonight. No one's gonna give me a rose. So I'm gonna take myself out and this Christian guy out so that Nicole will be with Clay. So he starts a fight so that they both can go home. That's what I think he's doing. Then we see the preview for next week. There is a shocking rose ceremony. And after that, Hannah B, the Bachelorette, comes back. And she pulls Demi aside and they have a discussion. And Demi's really upset and she runs out. And Derek is worried. And the guys that we see in the preview, that I've seen in the preview, are Clay, Derek, John Paul Jones, Chris B, Dean, and I think I saw Blake. Why is he still there? I really wanted him to go home. So now I'm worried that Hannah gives her rose to Blake. But then I feel like I've seen more clips with Dylan for coming up in the season. But I just don't know who else will give their rose to Blake. So I don't know. But then we end the episode with, you know, a little funny bit at the end. Wells is giving advice to Kevin about kissing. That's the video. Sorry, I'm kind of congested right now, so I apologize for that. And if you're still here watching, thank you for watching the whole thing. I will be back very soon with the recap for week 3. Probably with 2 recaps for week 3. So thanks again for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day, a wonderful week, a wonderful month, a wonderful year, and a wonderful life.